Good evening, Mr. Damodaran. It's very nice to have you today with us. Welcome to ITS India Forum.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Damodaran is CEO of Elteridium Technologies. He is also Dean of IILM for the School of Management. So, sir, for you, what importance does blockchain have in PPP projects for transportation sector?
Okay. To understand whether the blockchain has, what impact it has with transportation project or PPP for that matter, it is important to understand what is the drawback in a PPP. So if you look at PPP, it's a culmination of private and public. So government will have a project in which private party will do the work. Generally, there are other modes as well, but generally this is a way. There are a lot of contracts in it, a lot of subcontracts, and a lot of negotiations, etc. goes on every time. And generally the contracts are not only for 2 years, 3 years. Generally it can go to 8 years, sometimes 50 years, sometimes 100 years. Like airports, we have airports we have contract of 100 years. So in these kind of contracts, what happens? The financial transaction, all of the transaction goes to the ground till the government. I mean, there are a lot of things goes on. For the regulator, it is very difficult to monitor exactly how things are happening on the ground. A lot of people, there are a lot of subcontractors in between. Where blockchain comes in picture. If you look at blockchain, every data is part of the transaction, recorded, timestamp, and it is immutable. When you say immutable, what happens is, if everything goes on blockchain, what happens is you don't need third parties to monitor the system because every transaction becomes part of the ledger and it is completely immutable. So what happens is it is very difficult to destroy the records, and because of which, and it also enables smart contract. So your contracts can be made inside blockchain, completely immutable. So all parties can connect together, do the transaction, but without the requirement of a third party. And because of which, the ease with which the PPP can be done in a blockchain is much more better than having 110,000 middlemen in between and doing the contract. That's exactly what the blockchain has the answer.
Great. So what do you think are the issues centered around ITS projects in particular, which your expertise in blockchain can solve?
Okay. See, first of all, if you look at the ITS projects, for example, mobility projects, transportation projects for that matter, what are the transportation projects if you look at it? So if you look at the PPP projects which are related to transportation, it will be related to railways, aviation or roadways, okay, highways for that matter. All these projects are public utilities. Public utility in the sense, you cannot make all these assets controlled by private. It has to be, it can be operated by private, but some government control will always be there because they are public assets. But blockchain comes in picture. It improves transparency because these assets have a lot of transaction going on in it, and public depends on it. So it is important to have transparency. Blockchain by itself brings that transparency. That's the first important thing. So the intent of the government, or any government for that matter, is first to give transparency to the consumer. That happens first. Second, blockchain-based transactions or blockchain-based information transportation within the transportation community is, what happens is it improves the coordination between all the other stakeholders. So everybody has the same information. Third very important point, if you look at the transportation point of view, in transportation PPPs, the complexity of contracts are much higher than compared to a normal contract, because you have not only for example airport. It's not only airport. There are operator on it. Then airlines is also there. There are a lot of and retailers also there because you have a shopping complex.
Right.
Then government into which, and all of subcontracts. Blockchain actually makes sure that these complexities of contracts can go out. You can have a single contract, subdivided among all these stakeholders, and everything has come on ease. That's exactly what the best part of transportation.
So it's very transparent, hack-free, almost hack-free, if not 100% hack-free.
And more importantly, if you look at a PPP project which is 6-year-old, 7-year-old, it is very difficult to trace the record of what happened in the first year.
Correct. So
because a lot of files. we don't know where it was.
So do we have that sort of infrastructure to accommodate for such big data? Because this will go on to pile up as the time goes by, and there will be so many contracts across so many projects.
Absolutely.
So do you think there are challenges regarding data storage in current times?
So I can give the example of DigiYatra. DigiYatra has also have a partial blockchain verification system as well. I mean, the way you do the Face ID is all based on blockchain. The kind of infrastructure required to do that is thrice or 4 times more than what the PPP may require, because PPP is a single project or 2 projects, 3 projects. DigiYatra is all India, and every person who has an Aadhaar card needs to have the face recognition. If that is possible, then this is not a bigger issue. It's just the consent from everybody to make sure that this is possible.
So how it is received, this technology, by government, by all the stakeholders? Are they comfortable with it?
Okay, so are they comfortable with it? I don't think they have a problem. They are not problem with it. Second thing is, there is still a society which feels that blockchain means cryptocurrency, which is 2 different things altogether. So that is also one of the factors. Third very important point is, like AI, blockchain is something which is back-end. You don't see anything outside.
Right.
AI is front-end. So to convince somebody an AI product is easy, like a mobile phone, right? Which mobile
So
phone?
probably you would like to compare blockchain with a database.
Exactly. So when you
And
compare
awareness is very important,
Exactly.
so that people can receive it better.
Exactly, because the front end remains same. So the contractor always feels, why should I go replace to blockchain? Everything looks same.
Yeah, we already have a database
We have
technology,
a database.
and we have a cyber security.
Exactly. So
Okay.
that is the.
So I believe that you are positioned in a very nice manner as an educator. You are here to educate people about the benefits of blockchain, which hammers into them the benefits and the criticality of implementing this technology.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
on the other hand, you are also a CEO of a company which implements this technology.
Absolutely.
So you are both at the theory and awareness end and at the implementation end, and you are heralding India to a bright technological future,
I think
which solves a
both-
lot of problems.
Yeah, sure. But I think as a teacher, I think this is what you should be. You should teach theory, but also practice. So that
Practice, yeah.
So that the student also understands very well.
Great balance. So very nice talking to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so
And
much.
I'm sure that these inputs will also educate those people who will be hearing this podcast, and this will help our common mission, which is to establish ITS in India for the benefit of all.
Absolutely. Best of luck to ITS India. Seriously, I really feel the intent is awesome. It's going to be a great future for ITS India.
Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much for having me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.